So here's another example of solving by graphing. So these problems take a little while because you have to graph both inequalities and then look for where they both satisfy. Okay, so I'm going to say the first one. And remember, we graph the equation, y equals 3x plus 2. Now, because this is in slope-intercept form, and slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I think we've gone over that in other videos, but just as a reminder. And so the slope is 3, and the y-intercept is 2. So I go to 2 on the y-axis, which is right there. That's the point 0, 2. So you can think about plugging in 0 for x if you like. And then the slope's going to be 3 over 1. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1, up 3 and over 1. If I want more points, I can go down and back because a negative divided by a negative is positive until I get these points. And then I always check to see, is it a dotted line or is it a solid line? This one's dotted. And again, how do you know it's dotted? Because it doesn't have the bar. So think of the bar as being like a thick line maybe, as a solid line. So, and it doesn't have the bar. It doesn't have the equal to part. So that's why it's a dashed or dotted line. Okay, now we have to decide which side to graph. And so I go to the inequality and I'll use 0, 0. I can use that. 0 is less than 3 times 0 plus 2. So I'm using that top inequality, the first one here. I'm going to see if it's true. 0 is less than 2. Yes, that is true. So it means the point that you tried is true. And it's right, it's really close to the line, but it's on the, I guess, right-hand side. So all of these points then get shaded. Okay? All right. It's really kind of nice to use more than one color on these. It makes it a little bit easier to see what's going on. Okay, so now we do the second one. We take y is equal to negative x minus 1. So my slope is going to be negative 1 over 1, if you want to write it that way. And my y-intercept is going to be 0, negative 1. So I go to 0, negative 1. I'll plot that. This is really close to my origin there. And now I have to go, let's see, I can go down 1 and to the right 1. Now remember, it's negative slope, so it needs to be headed in the other direction. Or I can go up 1 and back 1. It's kind of hard to see my little points here maybe, but hopefully you can see them. And so now that has a slope of negative 1. Check to see, is it dotted or solid? It's a dotted line again. So, and it's going through that blue section, but that's where it is. I kind of extended it so you could see where it's coming out. Okay, now pick a point not on the green line. Ignore all the blue stuff. And I'm going to pick 0, 0 again. So I go to the inequality. Now I didn't write this down last time, but the inequality was that. So I'm plugging in 0. That's a negative 0, just 0. So I get 0 is greater than negative 1. Is that true? Yes, that is true. Okay. So again, our 0, 0 point is true. So it means everything over here. So you really have to kind of like tune out the blue line and just focus on the green one when you're doing that shading. Okay, now can you see which section? So you have 2 lines that are crossing. That makes 4 sections. Which section has both the blue points and the green points? And I'm going to go ahead and try to use the highlighter a little better this time. It's going to be this section right in here. You kind of have to find your blue line and your green line. And that's what it's going to be. So they're kind of fun once you get used to them, but a good review of the graphing too.